Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Katie Tetzlaw. I'm the host of the Jess Strom Show. It is the last week of the PSAC regular season, and we have a very special guest with us today, Dr. Mercedes HIMMONS. How are you doing, Mercedes?
I'm well,
Great. Well, thanks so much for being on here. For the viewers that don't know you, Mercedes, can you introduce yourself to everybody out there, please?
Okay, so I'm Dr. Mercedes. Like T said, I'm from Philadelphia, and I actually graduated with my bachelor's and master's from CalU, so CalU for life.
All right.
And I got my PhD from Robert Morris University. And
Look
I've been
at
here
you.
for almost 4 years.
Look at you.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
fantastic. And Mercedes, if you could tell everybody to, obviously you're the athletic trainer for 2 different programs here at CalU.
Yes.
Can you explain, just for people that don't really know, the duties that come along with that, and just basically what you do day to day, and more specifically, how about we just narrow it down for the women's basketball program to just make it a little bit easier?
I don't think that's narrowing it down, but
No, it ain't.
But on the day-to-day, I'm here for practice. I'm here for games. Any pre-practice taping and treatments that we might need. Anything that happens at practice. Anything that happens after practice or games. If someone has some sort of medical issue, it starts with me. And I try to get things done without having to see our team physician. That's a last resort for me. If we have to do rehabs, injury prevention, maintenance things, nutrition,
Just a lot.
Counseling.
Yep. I mean, so many hats.
Yes.
I mean, at any time, the athletic training room is just
Swimming.
a packed house. And for various sports, for various athletic trainers that have those sports, the schedule is quite demanding for your profession. Can you speak to that? Were you, when you first became an athletic trainer, were you ready for that, Mercedes, that kind of time constraint?
Actually, yes. I don't keep it a secret. After I was done my undergrad, I actually took a year off of athletic training just because the program and clinical responsibilities was very demanding as a student. And there's a lot of restrictions now for students in terms of hours that they have to get weekly and for the semester, whereas, I think they're doing maybe 200 hours a semester now or a year. And I had 200 hours in 1 month when I was a student. So I really took a year off to say, is this for me? Is this what I want to do? So that year, it helped me to see that it is what I wanted to do. So I was prepared. Like
A lot of reflection.
Yes. I said, I don't even know if athletic training is what I want to do after I just had to do 4 years of a degree program. And it was just like, okay, I can do it. So that was, I think 12 years ago.
Don't put a date on it, Mercedes.
Right. I'm like, oh, wow, it has been a while. So I think I'm going into my 11th year as a certified athletic trainer, I believe.
And what would you say, and let's even just talk about women's basketball. What is your favorite part, do you think, about this job?
Honestly, the relationships, because I enjoy getting to know my patients. Just anything outside of basketball as well. Like, what's your why, and how can I play a part in helping you to really walk in your purpose and make sure that you are fulfilled? So if I could do anything to help them on the day-to-day or later on in life, that's what's my favorite thing. And I have honestly had student athletes that will call me if they go somewhere else, and they're just like, oh, what should I do for this? And I'm like, well, talk to your athletic trainer. And they're like, no, I want to talk to you. And just giving them life advice as well. Sure. So just getting to know them as people and watching them grow outside of basketball. Now, to watch them grow as basketball players, that's fun too. But just getting to know them and seeing how I can impact them, if at all.
That's awesome. And you know, Mercedes, I see that as well. You know, your relationships are top notch, and in terms of your professionalism with our players, but also getting to know them on a deeper level is really unique. But I also think too, it's how all in you are. I always say that about you, and I feel like to be with the women's basketball program, it comes with the territory. I feel like it's like you're with us, and
all the time.
You know, it's just literally and figuratively with us all the time. But even in games, like, you know, the first to cheer them on, the first to, you know, be there for them, and anything, or just to even chat. I mean, I remember being a student athlete. The athletic training room is gossip central. I mean, I bet you have heard it all from the time you've been a student to a time that you're still here. I mean, the athletic training room is just a place to congregate and to chat.
Yes.
Because it's typically either before or after practice, so everything's kind of died down from the intensity of the day.
Yes.
And I just feel like it's just kind of, I used to love to go there and sit there and just talk with everybody and all that. So, I mean, I'm sure you have heard it all.
I have, and I think I kind of cultivate that environment because my office is, I feel, very welcoming, and I like to keep a stress relief wallflower in, so you could just come in and relax, and you don't have to be there because you're injured or you're hurt and you need something. And I think they all know that they don't have to need something to come in.
For sure.
They could come in and make coffee or hot chocolate or eat candy, snacks, or whatever the case may be. But I just want it to be a space where they can come in, relax. They're not on campus doing anything crazy, or, you know, I know that they're safe, and I know that they're not getting into trouble in my office or the athletic training room. So
everybody's safe.
Yeah, so, you know, that's what I like to do, just keeping calm environment, and, you know, their days are crazy just as my days are crazy, so it's a nice level place.
Now, Mercedes, when you were a student, what kind of made you gravitate towards athletic training? What was it like, you know, or maybe it's different than your why now? Can you kind of talk upon that piece?
Actually, I got into athletic training because I was the manager for the basketball teams in high school, and our athletic director told me that I would be a great athletic trainer. And I was just very confused because I hadn't heard about athletic trainers before. We didn't have an athletic trainer. So I looked into, like, what is athletic training? And I was like, oh, this sounds, you know, pretty cool. I get to help people and be in medicine and, you know, working around sports. So let's see. So I immersed myself in it. I actually chose Cal my junior year of high school after I visited campus. It did not look like it does now.
I heard it. I mean, I was not here prior to all the new buildings, the new facilities. It is different. It has really grown.
Yes, it has grown. There was a ton of construction on campus when I visited and throughout my career. My actual freshman dorm is no longer there. It's basketball courts outside. So it just was, once I came here and saw the athletic training room and the faculty that were here, I just knew that it was the right direction that I should go in.
And you always say that you loved it.
Yes.
You had a great experience at Cal, and I feel like that is a big part of you.
Yes, and I'm Cal U for life.
And probably why you stay.
Exactly.
As well, you know, you have that pride. I can tell you have that pride when you speak about Cal U, how you talk about Cal U, and just basically how you feel about Cal U.
Yes.
And I think that's awesome to hear that you're, you know, giving back to the place that gave to you.
That give back your time, talent, or treasure. Dr. Angelo Ormenti said that, and it stuck with me. So at one point, I did give my treasure, so now I'm giving my time and my talent. So it kind of came full circle, being back here and still being here and just seeing how things evolve. It's just been like, whoa.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, great. Well, Mercedes, I can tell you it was a pleasure to have you on here
Thank you.
today. And we always thank you so much for everything you do for our program. I don't think people understand the time, the dedication, the effort, the energy, the focus, the attention to detail that it takes to be an athletic trainer for a collegiate sport, and especially for so many athletes here at Cal U helping out. So I know that we appreciate it, and we thank you for all your efforts always.
Thank you.
Here. All right, we'll be back with the main lady, Jess Strom, right after this break.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. High blood pressure silently affects millions of Americans. Staying on top of your blood pressure is as simple as these 4 easy steps. Self-monitoring is power. Visit manageyourbp.org to learn more.
Welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. We are here with Jess Strom. Jess, how you doing today?
Good. Friday, ready for the last game of the season, regular season, getting fired up.
It's been a fun week. Awesome week.
Been a long week. I can't remember this week, but it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're all smiles here.
Yeah.
For Cal U women's basketball, but not only I think because it's just that time of year where everybody gets really, really excited. Games really, I mean, they always matter. We always say this, but you kind of feel the juice.
Yeah, and it was.
know?
I think it was a little different this week too because some of the teams were fighting to get that last playoff spot. So every game, there were teams that needed to win. So I think for us, we had to, we were in, but we wanted, obviously we're fighting too for seeding in the tournament.
Absolutely.
And, for the NCAA tournament. So I feel like it was, it might not have seemed like on the schedule huge games, but they really were huge games.
For real. And they're all huge at this time. February, late February into March. I mean, it's just a different type of feeling. So we had a 3-game homestand. It was so nice to be home.
Yeah.
With our crowd, just having the opportunity to be in our own facility. I think it makes a big difference, not just feel-wise, but just kind of like just to have everybody on your side.
Yeah, I think it's much more comfortable. Like you feel more comfortable at home. That's where we practice. That's, where our fans are, where our families come. So I think it was good. I felt like before that we were on the road.
Warriors.
So it was nice this past week to be home in our building.
And let's talk about the games. On Saturday we had Clarion. Big game for us coming in, just trying to get ready for the week and play a game. Had a big second quarter shutout. I think that might be the first time that I can remember.
Yeah.
And since being here at Cal U that we had shut out a team in the second quarter, which it was a great defensive effort by the squad.
Yeah, I feel like this whole week our defensive effort has been awesome. I think it's been, we're going in the right direction. I like you said, we shut them out in the second quarter, and I don't remember that ever happening since I've been here.
For sure.
We switched it up this game a little bit. We played some zone. We played some man-to-man, just kind of get ourselves together, trying to get things straight. But I just think our kids have been really clicking at this time. Like, just in a sense that they know where each other is going to be. They know what each other likes. They know, they kind of can read each other a little bit better. And that's just come with playing together.
Like a real sense of self.
Yeah, that was a real highlight, real pass there. Sierra through her legs. Some of Deja's blocks, too, have been
outrageous.
They have been, and I think she just makes it difficult because if you get blocked like that once, you kind of second-guess yourself a second or third time. But and there's Sierra finding people, finding the player, and I think we've been doing a good job of knocking those down too. Like we talk about what's going to be open. I think they focus on those certain spots, and I thought we did a good job coming out from the beginning and kind of just being in charge of that game.
Yeah, and as always, we talk about this. It shows offensive highlights, but I think where you've seen a big step up from the women's team, from our team, is the defensive end.
Yeah, I think, obviously I've said this. I think we have good offensive players.
Absolutely.
I think if we're making shots, it's really hard to guard because you don't know, who's going to be hot that game. You kind of have to guard a lot of different people. And I think right there shows you, too, we have gotten so much better at finding the open person. I think early in the season, and not selfishly or any other way, but we just didn't know what people liked, where they were going to be. And I think we have been sharing the ball great. And I also think we've been taking care of the ball great. Like our assist to turnover ratio in the last couple games has been really, really good. Our turnovers have been extremely low. And I think going, into the last regular season game in the playoffs, that's huge for us. Just kind of putting it all together at this time.
Yep, and here in the fourth quarter, ended up just, kind of stepping on the gas a little bit. Big win at home to start the week off. That's kind of what you always like to see. And then, wow, what a quick break. Right to Monday, from Saturday to Monday.
Yep.
Hosted Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock fighting to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
Always, like we said, big games no matter what.
Yeah, this was a huge week. We had that one day to prepare again. I think we've kind of got that down packed now. Like we understand it's one day in between, and I think they probably like it, and we focus for that day.
And they're really great at the focus. I have been really impressed. I think they have a lot going on. I know we give them credit, but I don't think other people give them credit for how much they have going on with playing this amount of games, getting all their schoolwork, and just living a life, like going, getting sleep, eating, doing things. They're spending a lot of time on school and hoops and travel. So it was really nice to stay home, really nice to just be focused for the game and just maybe take a little deep breath.
Yeah, and I think they do a good job. Like we try to talk about, this is our one day. You got to focus at this time. There's not a lot of time. And I think they do a good job. And I think we came into the Slippery Rock game ready to play. The first time we played them, they were missing their point guard. And she was back for this game. And like you said, they were trying to fight too for their playoff hopes. And I think we just have been confident. I think we've come out, we've been confident. Everybody's been doing their role extremely well. I think they've figured out what that is, and that we need everybody, to do theirs at this time. And I think we figured that out. And right there, just as I'm saying that, I feel like there's Shauna doing her role, like the hustle plays, the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. And LB's been hitting some shots, and it's tough to guard. So I just think that, obviously you said these are offensive clips. So offensively, I think we've been hitting some shots, but defensively is where you're right. I think we've really, picked it up. And moving forward, I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, and that's the goal, right? To just kind of keep it rolling. I know a lot of teams that are playing, you might have gotten a bye, or for example, we're going to Gannon on Saturday. They haven't played for a week. I think for us, to our advantage, we're just kind of on a roll right now, and on the same schedule. And I'm just really looking forward to, what we're able to do here coming up.
Yeah, I think it's been good for us in a way. Obviously our practice schedule has changed with so many games, but for us, it's like, okay, we have some momentum, so let's keep playing.
Yeah, let's
one day
roll with
prepare and let's roll with it. And I think they've been doing a good job with that. And I think, like I said, it's been giving us some confidence. I think that we have just been looking, even if we get down or make a bad play, we've been looking like we're okay. We're pretty calm.
And I have been loving the inside-out game. I feel like when we're hitting some shots and going inside and out, it's really tough to play. You have to pick your poison. LB hitting big shots, Bree Allen hitting the glass, Shauna being the enforcer, and Deja and C making, Sierra's passing on the interior to open cutters. Just everybody making plays. Hallie Harrington coming off the bench. There's Z coming off the bench, playing some really quality minutes for us as of late. 45-62, a Cal U win. Big first quarter. I think we came out really strong with 23.
Yeah, and that's huge for us because we've been talking about that. Prior, I think a couple weeks ago, our opening quarters were not the best. We talked about, are we not warming up the right way? Or, and I think it's just a focus. And I think they've made that change, and we have come out, the last 3 games in the first quarter really, really tough.
Yeah, and then, right from Monday, whoop, right to Wednesday. Special night for us, our last home regular season game. A great opportunity to honor the careers of Amaya Woodyard, Brianna Allen, Lauren Bennett, who have, I think, given so much of themselves to this program, and just so proud of what they've done over the 4-year period.
Yeah, it was unique because sometimes you have transfers, sometimes, but they have been here, all been here.
They're the OGs.
For the entire 4 years, yeah. And it was really cool to see, celebrate them and give them a day, just to have them walk out with their families, and with Maya, our whole team walk out with her was really cool to see. But yeah, just kind of recognize them. Obviously, we have another home game coming up, so it won't be their last in the Convocation Center, but just to take time out and appreciate the hours, the time, the leadership that they have shown, for our program for 4 years. It's a lot.
Not an easy task, and just appreciate so much what they do for Cal U. But after that event, after you had the ceremony and when the time goes on the clock, you got to be ready to play the game, and I was just fired up for Cal U. Especially get a win on your last regular season home game in front of a good crowd that comes out for senior night. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and it was another game where Mercer literally was fighting for their playoff spot, for that last playoff spot. So, and the last time we played Mercer, so it was a close game. It was a good game.
Love this shot right here.
This is probably my favorite of all of them walking out there together. But like you said, once that's done, you got to be focused. Sometimes senior day is a little bit of a distraction, emotional, whatever it is. But I don't think so. I think we came out, we had a focus, we knew what we had to do. And I know I said this last time on the show, but this group is so easy to be honest about the magnitude of games with. I've mentioned every time, this team is fighting for their playoff spot. So they're going to come out and they're going to want to win, and they're going to do everything they can, to make that happen. So we have to match that. We have to be the aggressor, and I think we did. I think we came out. It always helps when we make some shots early. I think it fires up our defense. But it's just making plays, and a lot of these plays look very similar to plays in the last game because I think it really has a lot to do with our roles, and we are doing what we are good at. We're not trying to go outside of ourselves, and it's putting it all together, and it's working out.
And one thing that I appreciated the comment Mercyhurst had said in their post-game interviews that they thought that Cal U was kind of clicking on all cylinders. And I feel like, that could be true. It feels like it's just different. It has a different feeling these last few games of just kind of who we are and how we're going about things.
Yeah, I think we just have confidence. I think that's what that is. I think we're confident in ourselves. We're confident in our teammates. We're confident in our game plans. I feel like everybody is in. We've bought in to how we play, what we're going to do. And it's just a matter of showing up. And the best thing about it is how we play doesn't have to change game to game because of our system. It's going to be consistent. I think our players have been consistent in what they're doing, and it's just nice to see. It's fun. It's fun to watch. These last 3 games have been really, really fun.
Yep. And it feels fun, too, when you have a nice lead. You can, not that you relax at all, but you can kind of take a deep breath. And, as always, we always say possession by possession, but there isn't that stress on those possessions. Yep, we just got to be confident and solid. Again, had a big quarter again to start off with. Again, starting games a little bit better.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's really, really big because if you start out that way offensively and then start out that way defensively, it crushes teams early.
Sure.
Just momentum, not even score. So I think it's huge for us, those starts.
Yep, and then now let's talk about what's coming up. And it's no secret for a first place battle in the PSAC West. Gannon versus Cal U at Gannon, Saturday, 1 p.m. Right now here are the standings. Gannon came to our place. I believe it was it January 24th?
I think so, yes.
24th or 29th, I believe, and came in and beat us on our home court, our one loss at home. And now this is for the PSAC West regular season title.
Yeah, it's huge. And I think Gannon Cal U has been huge for years. It's always a battle. They're always good. Very different than us. I feel like they have their style, we have our style. And I think that's why it's good games. It's very different how they play and how we play. But like I said, they do what they do very, very well.
For sure.
They stick to their game plans, and they kind of just run their stuff. It's not really a secret. It's not a secret what we do.
Exactly.
So
and with this time of year, nothing's really a secret. I mean, unless, hey, you never know. People could be,
might be pulling
we'll be pulling out the 2-1-2 zone and then maybe go to a triangle and 2 on Saturday. You never know, guys. Be prepared.
It's the time of year of it's basically who wants to win more, who's going to make those plays when it matters most, who's going to get a stop, who's going to hit a big shot. I feel like from here on out, that's what it's going to be. This is basically a playoff game. It's for first place in the West, which is huge. It's a long PSAC season. So for this to be, come down to the last game, I think it's fun. I think it
makes it exciting.
Yeah, it does. It's a Saturday, but there's going to be people there. It's loud there. Like I said, it's two programs that have been historically good. So I feel like it's just perfect. It comes down to this.
It's perfect. That's the best way that you can say it. And as a competitor, I feel like this is why you get up, for preseason, why you do summer workouts by yourself, while you're in a gym and it's hot, or while you're outside and you don't have a court, when you come in and you do preseason and, you spend time in the gym. I feel like it's for these games coming up.
And for us, it's been 2 years in the making.
Woo.
Like our team has put in time, a whole year of not playing, and then this whole year. So I feel like for them, man, this is like, this is why you play. This is why you did all of those workouts last fall at home by yourself, videotaping yourself. Like, this is why.
For sure.
So I hope that they are as fired up as we are.
Yeah, and I don't think it doesn't even need to be fired up. There's just a focus. I felt like we have seen it, I feel like we've seen some focus all year, big time. But again, I just think it feels different. I think that both teams are going to be ready to go, and I just think it's going to be one heck of a matchup up in Erie. Just hoping the snow holds off a little bit for our little bus trip today. So, and then let's talk about. It's interesting. We are not focused on anything else but Gannon, but we also have to recognize that the Atlantic Region standings came out again this week. Glenville State, Kutztown, then us sitting at 3. But remember, not a lot of games left. But when you talk about it, you have your last regular season games. I believe you also have the PSAC tournament coming up. Games matter.
Yeah, and the funny thing is the CIAA tournament will be done tomorrow. So they're, you already know one team that will be in that final 8. But if you look at that, we were 3 last week, kind of just staying the course. This is a big one for us, not just for the PSAC West, but regionally tomorrow also.
And I'm correct by saying 7 teams from the PSAC are in that.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
And I just think that tells, people out there how unbelievably awesome it is to play in the PSAC day in, day out. We say it all the time. Yeah. But, you look at 7 teams that you potentially face. Some twice, some maybe once. You never know, depending on what you draw from the East. Mm-hmm. But, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people, if you were just to look at records, that's not what it goes by. So I feel like that just is a testament to our strength of schedule. Because we're in the PSAC, we have a higher strength of schedule than a lot of teams. But it's awesome. Yeah, you get to play those teams. I kind of wish it was a little different so we didn't have to go to the NCAA tournament and play them again.
Yeah, I always
just
like
for something different.
Yeah, something different. But you understand it. Those are the teams.
Yeah, it is pretty cool that our conference is so well represented, and and the NCAA thinks very highly of our conference.
For sure. It's like you said, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But we're so excited here at Cal. Again, folks, last regular season away game at Gannon, 1 p.m. It's going to be a dogfight. It always is. It's for first place in the PSAC West regular season. And then from there, we have to look forward to the PSAC tournament. So, folks, if you're watching, CUTV will be there. Hop on our website, check it out, and just can't wait to see what happens next. Have a great one. That's the end of the Jess Strom Show. Take care.